Strugglers, do you like dead memes? Are you a fan of when corporations try to be relevant with the youth? Well, gosh darn it, do I have a show for you. Netflix's newest hit, Is It Cake?
Is it cake?
Hosted by the 9th most popular current member of SNL. Remember like 2 years ago when every single low-effort reaction channel was making videos about stuff that looks like cake? Yeah, Netflix made that into a whole show. I try my best to keep a positive attitude about stuff, and I don't like categorizing a show as bad just for the sake of making a YouTube video about it. But I think they're doing it on purpose at this point. Oh, let's make a show with a dumb concept so some mid-level YouTuber will make a video about it and give us free publicity. I'm onto your shit, Netflix. I see right through it. You think you can play me, Netflix? You're gonna trick me and my peers into talking about your show? Not a chance. And you know what else? This show bugged me from the moment I saw the thumbnail. First of all, nobody asked for this. Nobody ever would have asked for this. Second, like I said, it's already been done to death on the internet, so these goobers are way late to the party. Coming to Hulu, fall of 2024. Wordle, the game show, probably. And lastly, Netflix has had this show in their top 10 since it came out, and I have a hard time believing that's legit. And if it somehow is still number 5 on the entire platform, it's only because they force it down everybody's throat every time you log into Netflix. I swear Netflix tries to pressure you into watching Is It Cake more than girls on Twitter try to pressure you into watching Euphoria. So I'll bite. Let's see what this show is all about. And what better way to learn than from the host himself, Mikey Day, in this Today Show interview.
Yeah.
They kind of look alike, actually.
He needs the beard.
Come on. Beautiful. He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you. Thank you
Beautiful
so much.
man.
Okay, let's move on.
A panel of celebrity judges, they guess which is real, which is cake, and which isn't. It's a brilliant concept.
I wouldn't go that far, Hoda. Brilliant might be a bit of a stretch, don't you think? Also, that's not really saying much because Netflix didn't even come up with the concept for the show. It was an internet trend, as we've established, 2 years ago, lest we forget. It'd be like if I made a show where I was interviewing people, but before each question, we ate a spicy chicken wing. And then Ryan Seacrest was like, brilliant concept, Scott.
Ooh, interesting. Why do you think this is cake?
Because a croissant has a flakier crust on the top, and I couldn't see a lot of flakiness.
That makes sense. Let's find out if this is cake.
Excessive amount of buildup.
That
It's frozen cake.
is. That's a croissant sandwich.
Excuse me, and I don't mean to be crass here. No shit. She looked at this and thought it was cake? Huh? I suppose that's the show, but it's weird to me that they wouldn't have used a clip where the thing actually was cake. Like, there's no payoff here. Wow, that looks like it could be a real breakfast sandwich. But what if it's actually cake? Oh, no, it's just a breakfast sandwich. It's so lame. It makes it seem like the cakes on the show aren't actually that great. Because if they were, they probably should have shown one. This is advertising, right? They're trying to promote their show. Show how good the cakes are.
All right, Mikey, we're going to play this game.
All right.
Is it cake? So how does it work?
So we have 5 household objects. These are retro household objects. And one, you're not going to believe this, is cake.
All right, so we're
Do
going
we
to
get
guess.
any closer? Do we get
No, this is
You
it.
have to stay right there.
Actually, you're gonna wanna back up a little bit more. Just go to the other side of the room. They're so far away, holy cow. What is the point of this? All right, guys, one of these is a baseball cap and the other is just 2 of my socks bunched up. Guess which one is which? I bet you can't tell the difference. Oh, it was the elephant clock, by the way. Did you guess it? Yay. Now that we're all warmed up, let's check out the actual show. Oh, neat, the show is quirky. They're not like other shows. Oh my God, Is It Cake? You're such a crackhead. The show starts out with a group of contestants trying to guess which of these food items is, that's right, cake. And of course I want to play along, but the dang camera operators keep showing these extreme close-ups of the food. That's a little unfair, because as we know, the contestants have to stand half a block away when they're trying to play. So I'll just go ahead and level the playing field here. We got here, getting there. Okay. Oop. I'm gonna level with you guys. I can't see shit out here. All right, so obviously that's not cake. I don't think that's cake either. That one is pretty dense. that could be cake. We already know this is a regular sandwich from the Today Show, right? Obviously, this would be an easy cake to make. And it sure as hell isn't this. That's a tacos. Okay, I know a tacos when I see it. This should honestly be a fairly easy challenge. There are only a couple that it even could be, in my opinion. But look at this. Look how far back they are. This isn't a test of who can tell a cake from a sandwich. This is a dang eye exam. Just ask them to read the third line from the top while you're at it.
You picked number 6.
I did?
All right, let's find out. Is it cake?
No.
That is not cake.
Right, obviously. That's a tacos.
Yeah.
I just want you to cut the damn cake, you know what I mean?
Just cut the damn cake. Don't want to hear your jokes. We get it. Cut the cake.
Very good impression of the entire audience right now. They have Mikey cutting through this stuff with this big sword, but this is literally the only time in the entire season that he does that. It's like the producers thought it would be a fun visual gag, but they never actually tested it, and then it was really awkward and cumbersome to use. So they just threw the idea out immediately. A metaphor for the whole show, kind of. Should have just smashed everything with a hydraulic press. 2 outdated trends at once. Here's your season 2 gimmick, Netflix. You can have that one for free.
Yes.
Ah, it's cake. Now what? Well, it was right about here that I realized this whole show is just one big bait and switch. They made it seem like it was some sort of game show, swinging swords through baked goods without a care in the world. But that's not the premise. No. It's a dang baking competition. You tricksters. You charlatans. So if the bakers fool the judges, they win money. And if they don't fool the judges, they kill their firstborn or something. They did not mention any of this on the Today Show. You expect me to fully grasp the concept of this show when I'm scrolling through Netflix and the only thing I see is a deranged picture of Mikey Day brandishing a knife? So picking up where we left off, the 3 contestants that guessed the cake correctly, they get to be the ones that compete for the money this day, and they have to choose between the other items that were up there, which one they want to recreate out of cake. I'm actually a little intrigued by this, because I've been sitting here thinking, there ain't no way you're making this stuff look like cake. It's just not happening. Maybe a milkshake, but definitely not a tacos.
Johnny.
I think I'm gonna go with 6, the taco.
Interesting choice.
Well, good f***ing luck, buddy.
Johnny, what you got going on over there?
Some butter, some sugar. It's actually really important that the cake is first and foremost delicious.
I disagree. I think first and foremost, your cake should look like a taco. I don't think taste is even part of the competition, Johnny. Get your priorities straight.
What I lack in experience, I think I make up for in like, whoa, what's going on up there? You're a little cuckoo.
Coincidentally, that's what I say at every job interview. Yeah, what I lack in experience, I make up for in being completely unhinged. And to answer your question, no, I am not allowed within 300 feet of a school.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God.
What? What happened?
Are you all right?
My hands are taking on a life of their own, and they're literally like cramping up like this. It feels like there's a small demon child inside of me. Like,
Johnny is legitimately starting to concern me. I think we need to... Can we get him some assistance, please? I also have to point out, I'm pretty sure he cheated. When you display your finished product to the judges, you put your cake next to a handful of real items. So in Johnny's case, his fake taco would be sitting next to 4 real tacos that the show provides. But while he's making his cake taco, he does this.
I think it's gonna be pretty hard to make a taco cake that blends in with these decoys. I don't want the decoys to look perfect, so I'm gonna put some of my deep red tomatoes on one of them in hopes that they look fake.
Excuse you? How is that fair? He literally put his fake toppings on the real tacos. He's trying to trick the judges. So what if one of the judges chooses a real taco because they're like, hey, those toppings are definitely fake. That's gotta be the fake taco. Huh? They're like, yeah, that's the fake one. Those toppings are definitely made out of jelly. They are made out of jelly because he put the fake thing on the real taco. He's a dang cheater. Disqualify this man immediately. Take control of your show, Mikey Day. This is outrageous. Okay, so I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. The portion of the show where they're having the contestants actually bake the cakes is pretty interesting. It's cool to see the process, watch the cakes come to life. It's entertaining. It's very similar to those holiday baking competitions like the pumpkin carving one or any of the 10 million other shows on Netflix. The way this show goes about judging, though, is wicked unfair. They give these people 20 seconds to guess which of these is a cake. They have to visually dissect 5 different items from 90 feet away in the dark. What even is the point? You're basically blind guessing, just roll a die.
Judges, what gave it away?
The shape of it, I was like, it does kind of look like some cake.
Well, there you go. Good enough for me, I guess. Yeah, you know, I was looking at it and I was like, that's gotta be some cake. Would you like to elaborate on that? I would not, no. When the judges guess right, it's always awkwardly bittersweet because, you know, it feels good to be right and they're excited because they guessed it, you know? Oh, I knew that was a cake. But then at the same time, it's eliminating one of the bakers from being able to win the prize.
Oh, yes! We got one right! It's cake! We got one right! Oh!
Yes! I knew it! I knew that was cake! Your mom's not gonna be getting that surgery after all, buddy! The judges don't even gain anything from it. They're just destroying people's dreams with no benefit to themselves.
Oh! That's cake!
Yes, it is!
Yeah!
Yes, it is!
Okay, good job, you guys.
There was actually one round that made me feel really sad. It was in episode 6. One of the bakers had to recreate a bowling pin. All right, I'm gonna show you all 5 of the bowling pins. 4 of them are real, 1 of them is a cake. Don't laugh. Ready? Here we go. Okay? 1 of these is a cake. Don't laugh. What did I say? Stop laughing. 1 of these is a cake, you say? Whichever could it be? Did you guess number 5? Well, so did the judges.
Your time starts right now.
Okay. Let's look at them all. Look at 1. No, we rule 1
Not
out.
1. Not 1.
Okay, think 5?
No shade, but 5 looks really weird. It's 5.
3.
It was so immediately obvious that they had to try and pretend like it could have been any of the other ones. It probably actually kind of threw them off a little bit. Like, is this a prank? The one judge is literally like, am I going in? That is cake, right?
That's a cake!
10 seconds.
This was them. In 3, 2, 1, it's 5. Or shit, I mean, what could it could have been any of them, actually. Oh my God, look at this shot, man. You can't be serious right now. And they still got to do the thing where they pretend like, oh, who knows? Maybe it's not. Let's cut through it.
Oh, that's cake.
This is sad. This is sad to watch. And yet, I'm smiling. I can't rip on the guy too much. He ran into some issues when he was baking this and, you know, he ended up having to rush at the end. At least he tried. He gave it an honest effort. And speaking of honest, this motherfucker Johnny makes me want to rip my hair out. Yeah, I'm back on this. Remember how he cheated by putting his fake toppings on top of a real taco? Well, now it's his turn to be judged. The display turns around and shows all the tacos. Which one of these looks a little out of place to you? I'll give you a second. One of them clearly looks a little off, doesn't it? Could it be the one covered in strawberry boba? Well, that's exactly what the judges thought also.
You guys chose number 2. Dame and Ronnie, did you guys have an answer?
The tomatoes look like gummy bears.
Oh, yeah!
I am genuinely mad about this. This son of a gun Johnny is a filthy rotten cheater. He wins the round. He's awarded $10,000. And it's precisely because he made the real tacos look like fake tacos, Your Honor. Shame. 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 If I was a contestant, I would just slather frosting all over one of the real items when it was my turn. Bowling pin guy should have just taken a hammer and dented some of the other bowling pins to make his not stand out so much.
Hazelnut cookie crunch. What is the lettuce made out of?
It's real lettuce. I just put some shredded iceberg on there. That's okay, right? There's no rules here. This is a lawless show. This just solidifies to me that this is a bad show. This could not happen on a good show. Guy Fieri would never. Okay, I've given myself a chance to cool down and collect my thoughts, And here's what I've gathered. You know what these effers did? They tricked me into watching this show, knowing darn well I'd go into it, thinking that the premise was stupid and cringe, and that I wasn't gonna like it. But then what they gave me was a relatively interesting baking competition. How dare you? Would I have ever gone on Netflix and clicked on this show if I knew that it was just another run-of-the-mill baking competition? No. I would not have done that. Maybe I went into this video thinking that the show was bad, but it wound up being better than I expected it to be. Maybe I ended up pulling my own, what is that called again? Bait and switch. That's it, yeah. I definitely wouldn't consider this a good show though, personally. Like if a friend was asking, oh, what are some good new shows that I should watch? This would not even come to mind. 80% of Mikey's jokes fall flat. He regularly struggles to actually cut the cakes.
It's not the easiest to cut.
It's too repetitive to really hold your attention for more than 2 episodes. And honestly, I think the judging is no more accurate than just closing your eyes and picking one at random. And they let a guy cheat to win, in case you forgot. So maybe I'd rather watch this than Big Heads. But that's not saying much, is it? Am I ashamed of what I've done for subjecting you to this? A tad. But if you're still here watching at the end of the video, then I must have done something right. And you're welcome, actually. But this is where our journey ends today. Thank you so much for watching. There is we're bringing some merch stuff back. And I don't want to give too much away, but there might be some kind of fun stuff in there. Thank you so much to my patrons. Those that are listed here are in the top tier on there. I appreciate you guys so much. If any of you guys know where Scott the Woz is, let me know. But that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing, all that fun stuff. Check that out. It's a doggy. All right, I'll talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.